So hi everyone, this is Prathamesh Padi of class 7B from Gandhi Public School, Gunpur, and today I am going to show you the document I have prepared on heart and its function. So let's start the presentation. First of all, we will know what is the heart. Heart is the organ which is present in our human body. So as you can see, this is the human heart. So next, we will know about the characteristics of the heart. The characteristics of the heart. The heart is the main organ of human body. It pumps the blood in our body. It consists of different blood vessels like arteries, veins and capillaries. It purifies the deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood. It helps to transport the blood throughout the body. It is an organ located in the left side of chest cavity. So, in these characteristics of heart, we came across to know the location of the heart, the functions of the heart, the small organs present inside the heart, and many more. Next, we will know briefly about each and every point. So, next we will know about the location of the heart in human body. It is located in the left side of the chest cavity. So, as you can see, the heart is located towards the left of the chest cavity, and it is the only organ which is protected by the rib cage. So as you can see, this is the diagram, and in this the heart is protected by the rib cage and it is located left towards the chest cavity. Next we will know that what is the blood which is flowing throughout the human body and the heart also pumps it. So when we get a certain injury, a red color liquid comes from that part. What is that? That is not other than the blood. So the liquid which is present inside our body is the blood. So what does the blood consist of? The blood consists of water, plasma and proteins. As we know what is water and proteins, so plasma is new. So the fluid part of the blood is called as plasma. So what is plasma? The fluid part of blood is called plasma. The watery part of plasma is called serum. So now we'll think, what is the work of the blood? The blood helps to transport nutrients and gases to different parts of the body. The color of human blood is red. The work is the blood will transport different gases and the nutrients to each and every part of the body. So why will think, why is the color of human blood red? It is red because of the presence of red color pigment in it known as hemoglobin. So why is the hemoglobin red? Why not any other color? Because there is a element present in it known as iron which make it red. So next we will know about blood vessels. The heart and blood, these are the two organs, but how they will transport the blood or the gases to each and every part? They need some containers which are known as blood vessels. So what are blood vessels? The heart consists of some vessels or containers needed to transport blood throughout the body, known as blood vessels. There are three different types of blood vessels. They are arteries, veins and capillaries. So as you can see, in this heart there are some red color tube like structure, some blue color tube like structure and some small tube like structures. So these are the arteries, veins and capillaries. Next we will know briefly about the arteries, veins and capillaries. So first of all we will know about the arteries and its characteristics. These are the blood vessels present in the heart. They are red vessels. The arteries carry the oxygenated blood. This carries the blood from heart to different parts of the body. It have thick and elastic walls. So, what is arteries? It is a blood vessel present in our body. These are generally red in color because they carry the oxygenated blood. These carry out the blood from the heart to different parts of the body. They have the thick and elastic walls, and the blood in them flows in a very high pressure. It doesn't burst or it doesn't get some tilted or anything because they have thick and elastic walls. As the blood passes in a high pressure, it expands, and after the process it again contracts. So as you can see in this human body, the red tubes are going throughout the body. These are known as the arteries, and the biggest artery in our body is the aorta. So next we will know about the veins. So what are veins? These are the blood vessels present in our heart. These are not blue, but as it carries the deoxygenated blood, it is generally seen as blue. These carry the deoxygenated blood from different part of the body back to the heart. So the blood in these veins passes in a very slow manner. So sometimes what happens, when the blood flows, it comes back to again to the organs. So to prevent that, there are leaves like structure present in veins known as valves in order to prevent the backflow of blood back to heart. So they have thin and elastic walls. We understood that there are leaf like structure present which open to which when open the blood goes in, and after that the valves close so that to prevent the blood back to the heart. Next we will know about capillaries. The blood vessels like veins and arteries are very huge, so it can go to each and every organ. The capillaries are the tiny blood vessels present in the heart. The arteries divide to form capillaries and the vein join to form the capillaries. The arteries and veins are interconnected by the help of capillaries. So as you can see, these small tube-like structures are known as the capillaries. Next, we will know about the blood cells which are present in the blood. First of all, there is red blood cell. The red blood cells are also called as erythrocytes. Their lifespan is 120 days. They does not have any nucleus, as nucleus carry more space, and so that it can't carry the hemoglobin along with it. So it does not have nucleus so that it can carry more oxygen along with the blood. It is red in color because it has hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the red pigment present in the heart. It is biconcave shaped. The lack of this causes anemia disease. So as you can see, these are the red blood cells. So next we will proceed to white blood cells. So the white blood cells are also called as leukocytes. The lifespan is 13 to 20 days. They have a nucleus and it does not have hemoglobin. So we can say that the color of the white blood cells are colorless or white generally. It is also called the first line of defense. It produces antibodies to fight against the diseases. It helps to fight against diseases and infections. It increases in the body when cancer or leukemia is suffered by anyone. So you can see this is the white blood cells which help us to fight against the diseases. They produce the antibodies to fight against diseases. They are also known as first line of defense. So next we will know about the platelets. Platelets are also called as thrombocytes. Their lifespan is 8 to 12 days. So when we get an heart or injury, the blood comes out, and after a certain time it stops and form a clump of dried blood, which is known as blood clotting. This happens due to the presence of platelets in our body. The platelets help in blood clotting and they form a thick and stump clump of dried blood that stops from blood flowing through a blood vessel in a human. It's called blood clot. These all the cells are produced in the bone marrow, which is present inside the bone. The disease dengue decreases the number of platelets in the body. So by affecting this disease, the risk is direct death. So as you can see, Along with the red blood cell and white blood cell, these are the platelets present in the blood. So next we will read about what is pulse rate. As I told you earlier that the blood in the arteries passes through in a very high speed or high pressure. While this, a throbbing movement comes from the heart, which is known as the heartbeat. The beat per minute is known as the pulse rate. The normal pulse rate of a person is 72 to 80 times. So, as we know, when we are going for a checkup, the doctors are generally measuring our heartbeat, or we can say pulse rate. It is measured by an instrument called stethoscope. So, as you can see, this is the stethoscope, and wait 1 minute. I'm playing the slide again. So see, this is the instrument stethoscope, and if it is not available with each and every one of us, it can be measured by using normally our fingers, that is the middle and index finger, by putting it near the palm. So see, it is the instrument and it is normally measured by hand, the pulse rate. Thank you. This was about my today's presentation. In my next presentation, I will make a brief idea on heart and the blood vessels. Thank you.